Time to pull up a chair. We've got another great story for you today in the rLounge. When it comes to weddings and friendships, sometimes the drama is more about who's on the guest list than who's walking down the aisle. Today in the rLounge, it's all about the wedding crashers. Up first, the past comes back to crash the party. Am I the a-hole for not inviting my fiance's ex to our wedding? Throwaway account. I, female 26, have been with Henry, male 36, almost 37, for 5 years. We are engaged and currently planning our wedding. A little background. Henry is the youngest child and his mother really wanted a girl. Because of this, Henry grew up feeling despised by his mom, who openly says hurtful things like how he was a disappointment from the start or how she never got the daughter she wanted. Despite this, instead of going no contact with her, Henry has been trying very hard to win her love. Henry had a long-term ex, female 32, who was very close with his mother. She became the daughter his mother always wanted. However, this ex cheated on him with a coworker and left him. After 2 years, Henry and I met. Eventually, the ex wanted to get back together with him, but he said no and blocked her. Despite this, she and his mother remain best friends. His mother still invites her to family functions, and my fiance and I just ignore her. His mother doesn't like me and believes I'm the reason she can't have her preferred daughter-in-law. My fiance has explained many times that he would rather stay single forever than get back with his ex. So, even if I didn't exist, he wouldn't be with her. Yesterday, my mother-in-law asked how many guests she could invite to our wedding. I told her that since my parents could invite 8 to 10 people, she could do the same. She thanked me, but an hour later she smiled and said, "Well, we have 1 yes already," referring to my fiance's ex. I told her that was very inappropriate since we aren't even friends with her. She responded by saying that it's her guest list and none of my business. Then she said I'm insecure because the ex is the whole package and that I'm just a rebound girl. Henry told his mom to stop and asked her to leave. Once she left, he asked if I could be the bigger person and let her have this, as he really wants his mom to be at the wedding. He suggested that inviting his ex would keep his mom quiet and we should just ignore her. Am I the a-hole for not wanting her there? P.S. We are mostly paying for the wedding ourselves, with some help from my dad. Mother-in-law hasn't contributed. The OP was voted not the a-hole. Update. Thank you so much for the comments and DMs. I had a call and talk with Henry and explained how I feel disrespected by his mom's words and actions. While I can't control who she associates with, it is very disrespectful that she invites your ex to all the gatherings, and that the two of them constantly pick on me. Henry acknowledged this, but said that's just how his mom is. I told him that it's the best we cancel the wedding at this point because I want our wedding day to be a happy, memorable occasion, not one filled with drama and stress. I added that his mom is going to ruin this day, and that he's just going to accept it as usual, which I can't tolerate. I told him I won't marry him until he sets some boundaries with his mother. The situation is ridiculous. Henry went on about how he can't cut his mom out of his life because she sacrificed so much raising him and his brother as a single mom. But he admitted he doesn't know how to handle her either. I told him I can't make that decision for him, but I'm going no contact with his mom. I suggested that maybe therapy could help him realize how abusive and toxic his relationship with his family is and help him decide what to do with his life. I also said I won't attend any more gatherings. He went quiet for a while. Then he called his mom, on speakerphone, to tell her that the wedding was canceled. She went on and on, saying he finally did the right thing by dumping that whiny witch, calling me insecure and controlling, and saying it was a miserable relationship. Henry kept interrupting her, saying, "Mom, stop." But she didn't care. In the end, he told her, "Mom, we are not breaking up. She's here and heard everything. She canceled it, not me, because you kept disrespecting her." His mom screamed, "That manipulative little witch set me up," and started ranting again. Henry then told her that he needs some time to think, and it's best if she gives him some space, then hung up. We've barely talked since. He's spending today helping his brother with some renovations, and I'm home alone. Hopefully my next update will be less depressing. Let's get a reaction from the community. Wow, sounds like things got intense between you and Henry's mom. I'm glad you stood up for yourself and that Henry supported your decision to cancel the wedding. Remember, prioritizing your own happiness and well-being should always be a top priority in any relationship, even if it means taking a hard stance. It's clear that Henry still loves his mom deeply, but it's important for him to learn to set healthy boundaries and work through his feelings without resorting to verbal abuse towards you. Keep Keep us updated on how things unfold. Take care and stay strong. Oh boy, she's definitely trying to stage a coup on your wedding day. You're not asking for too much by wanting clear boundaries. After all, it's your day, not a reunion of exes. There's absolutely no room for Henry's ex at a wedding. It's supposed to be about celebrating the future, not rehashing the past. You're definitely not an a-hole here, OP. Your wedding should be about celebrating the love between you and Henry, not catering to a family dynamic that's clearly off the rails. Stick to your guns, because you deserve a wedding that's all about you two and free from unwanted baggage, past or otherwise. Would you have called off the wedding? Why or why not? Up next, the best way to dodge a wedding catastrophe is to let the bride's true colors shine through. Am I the a-hole for not getting upset or convinced the bride after I was uninvited to my friend's wedding? This happened over the weekend, but there's still so much tension. One of my good friends, Matthew, 26 male, is getting married next month to Jennifer, 26 female. I, 25 female, have known Matthew since high school. We both connected when it came to video games, especially Minecraft. Matthew has had his fair share of girlfriends over the years, but when he met Jennifer 3 years ago, he said that he knew she was the one and they are madly in love with each other, and I'm so happy for them both. Last year, Matthew popped the question to Jennifer and she said yes. Jennifer's demeanor towards me drastically changed after the engagement. She was distant towards me. She wouldn't look at me, and she would hardly speak to me, which was weird since Jennifer was always so sweet and nice towards me. I'd still talk to Matthew and meet with him and our group of friends, sometimes with Jennifer, and she would still act cold and not speak to me much. I kept my distance from Jennifer. 3 months ago, we all received a save-the-date invitation, and their wedding is going to take place at Matthew's cabin 2 hours away, and they were going to keep it small due to the size of the cabin, so we were only allowed to bring one guest. That was when Jennifer acted extremely harsh and hostile towards me and said, "Bet you don't have +1 since you are so into my man." I was taken aback. I asked her what the F she was talking about, and she smirked and said I knew and to not act stupid. I ignored her remark and told her my boyfriend was coming. She looked surprised and left. I, of course, told Matthew about what Jennifer said to me, and he was not happy, so he made her apologize to me. Then, last weekend, I was invited by Matthew's sister to go dress shopping with her and Jennifer. I declined at first because I wanted to keep my distance from Jennifer, but Matthew's sister assured me that she will deal with Jennifer and that our other friends will be there with us. So we go dress shopping, and I found a beautiful dress that I thought would be perfect, and I took a picture to send to my boyfriend since he planned on matching, i.e. with a bow tie, to me. I tried the dress on and it was a perfect fit, so I guess I got lucky. Jennifer was angry, called me names such as a whore, a boyfriend-stealing witch, and that I was officially uninvited to the wedding. She caused such a commotion the employee of the store asked us to leave. I told Jennifer I didn't want to come to the wedding anyway, but I was going to because my friend was getting married. I told her if she didn't want me at the wedding, fine. I don't give an F since I won't go to a wedding if the bride is going to be so rude to a guest. Matthew and our friends found out, and I was getting texts left and right begging me to just come to the wedding. I told them I was happy to get uninvited and I'll just spend the day with my boyfriend on the day of the wedding instead. They're all mad at me for not fighting hard enough. Am I the a-hole? Edit. So my decision is final. I will not be going to the wedding and there's no changing my mind about it. I will be sending a wedding gift to Matthew the day prior to the wedding instead. I told Matthew and all my friends that I won't be going and they can't convince me otherwise. Matthew also called me and asked if we can talk somewhere. I agreed, but it's to tell him in person that I won't go, so that way he knows I'm serious about that. Honestly, you've probably just dodged a bullet. Think of it as a free pass to avoid what's likely to be a wedding where the only thing more uncomfortable than Jennifer's attitude is the seating arrangement. Enjoy your day with your boyfriend and let Jennifer's meltdown be the cautionary tale. Sometimes it's better to be the guest who never showed up than the guest who wished they hadn't. Update. I met up with Matthew and brought my boyfriend along. Of course, he begged me to come to the wedding and he said he would beg Jennifer to let me attend. I told him it's best if I wasn't there. I told Matthew Jennifer has a problem with me, period. He said he doesn't understand, and he did ask her many times, but Jennifer would continue to say she's just stressed. I got angry and said that's BS, and he knows that. My boyfriend also intervened and said to Matthew that he needs to wake up and realize Jennifer is crazy, and he can't keep defending her. Matthew said he loves her too much and doesn't want to lose her. My boyfriend and I got up and told Matthew to let us know when he has a backbone. In the meantime, it's best we don't talk. I messaged all of our friends in the group and let them know I'm keeping a distance from Matthew because of Jennifer. He's still my friend, but at an arm's length. I will still be sending him a gift regardless, but I'm keeping my distance from Matthew. It seems like he is in denial and can't comprehend what's going on at all. He usually is in denial. Ever since high school, he would have a sense of denial. Another thing to mention is that Jennifer is nice to all of Matthew's female friends, just not with me. I've also gotten a message from 2 of her friends saying that they have dropped out of attending the wedding because of Jennifer and that they are on my side. Edit 2. Jennifer's already bought her wedding dress a while ago. When I went dress shopping with Matthew's sister, she invited Jennifer as a way to resolve this animosity she had towards me. So it was Matthew's sister who wanted to buy a dress, and I found a dress that I loved and Jennifer went crazy. Hope that clears things up since so many were confused. Update. Am I the a-hole for not getting upset or convinced the bride after I was uninvited at my friend's wedding? Posted June 12th, 2024. I will be posting an update here because frankly, I do not have the time to edit or shorten up the post. I exceeded character limit and there was a whole lot going on that I did not want to leave out, so I will be copying the post here. See original post. Hello to all. A lot of you have been asking for an update, so I might as well make one. Before I do that, I want to clear up a couple things that a lot of people have been confused about. When I went dress shopping with Matthew's sister, she brought Jennifer along because she wanted us to put our differences aside for Matthew's sake. The shopping trip was not for Jennifer to buy a wedding dress, as she had already purchased her dress a long time ago. I hope that clears things up. I would never try on a dress or purchase one if the bride is the one who is shopping for a dress. That's an obvious rule. Matthew and I never had romantic feelings for each other. We never hooked up or anything of that nature. Our relationship has always been and will always be platonic. I'm going to go straight to the point with this update. This is going to come out as a shock to a lot of you, but Jennifer called off the wedding. I found out from our friends who messaged me. I asked what happened and they explained that Jennifer told Matthew she couldn't marry him and admitted that her behavior towards me as well as towards a couple of other people, which includes Matthew's sister and his best friend Jacob. She apologized to Matthew and realized that she isn't in the right place to get married. This happened about 2 days before the wedding. I decided to call Matthew and I told him I heard about the wedding being called off and assured him I'll be there if he ever wants to talk. He asked if we could meet and I agreed. Matthew explained that Jennifer had severe trust issues not just regarding me, but with his best friend Jacob. Jacob was supposed to be Matthew's best man, but he was also uninvited by Jennifer over the fact that Jacob might encourage Matthew to cheat. Matthew also told me that Jennifer has constantly accused Matthew of possibly cheating on her with me despite showing him evidence that we did nothing of the sort. It had gotten to the point where Jennifer would prevent Matthew from going out with friends. She would sometimes confiscate his phone, and she has even taken his car keys, causing him to be late for work. So there was a lot more happening behind closed doors. Matthew wasn't blinded by love, he was simply afraid to reach out to any of us for help. He was embarrassed to tell us his bride-to-be was doing more than just controlling the wedding guest list. I asked Matthew if he wanted to go with us on vacation, but he declined, stating he wants to be alone, which I do understand. I go on vacation, and I had a fun time. By the way, I did wear the dress that I bought and wore that to dinner with my boyfriend. He loved the dress and had constantly complimented me the entire time. When we returned, Jennifer messaged me, which I was surprised by, as she never once did such a thing. She asked me if we could meet. At first, I wasn't sure, but I agreed. I brought my boyfriend along for safety reasons, as I wasn't sure what Jennifer's intentions were with me. Jennifer told me that she wants to apologize for lashing out at me at the store, for calling me names, and for uninviting me to the wedding over something so small. She explained that she allowed her jealousy to get the better of her, and she was so scared of losing Matthew that she ended up doing things that she deeply regrets. Jennifer is going to get therapy and said that she had some trauma in her childhood that lingered into her relationship in ways she didn't expect. She also admitted that she was insecure and found me to be a very beautiful woman, and she was a bit jealous when Matthew and I talk about our hobbies, and that made her feel left out because she isn't into Minecraft or gaming. I told her none of those things matter to me now since she has apologized and admitted what she did wasn't right and that I have forgiven her. As for Matthew and I's friendship, we are now back to hanging out and playing games together. Even my boyfriend has been hanging out with Matthew a lot and have gotten closer. I decided to ask Matthew if he ever did have a crush on me back in the day, and he said he never did and that he was being honest. Jennifer moved her stuff out and asked for the cabin where the wedding was supposed to take place. Matthew, my boyfriend, myself, and a couple of our other friends will go there this upcoming weekend. I apologize for taking too long. I think posting it on my personal profile rather than on the subreddit is better since I broke the character limit. I'm quite busy and I know everyone was dying for an update. I also would like to thank everybody who has given me advice on how to handle the situation and my friendship with Matthew. I also had the chance to read some personal stories some of you have sent me, and it breaks my heart. I realized I have such a big support group here, and that's one thing I love about Reddit. I can't believe it took a meltdown of epic proportions for Matthew to realize who his bride-to-be truly was. And Matthew's newfound clarity means you get to enjoy gaming nights without dodging any more passive-aggressive attacks from a very insecure bride. If nothing else, you got a fabulous dress, a boyfriend who's more supportive than a new mattress, and a vacation to remember. Maybe next time, you'll just get invited to the wedding of someone who doesn't think their biggest enemy is their future spouse's friend. Do you have a similar story? Share it with us in the comments below. And thank you for joining us today in the rLounge. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. See you soon. And put your chair back where you found it.